Okay, hello everybody, this is fekermark from Live Through the Lens. Today we're doing a test flight with the new Starboard 2022 wingboard. Looks like this. A fantastic place we call Wingland here in the northern Mallorca, and the day is absolutely magic. We're having about 17 to 20 knots on the other side of the little island, so it's going to be a great day. And stay with me and let's check this new board out. Here we are testing out the 2022 Starboard wingboard. We will be looking at the following details, and in the end we will give up our recommendations. So here are the details we evaluate: the design, the foil position, carrying, balance on water, coming up on foil, stability, new features, are they good, feel of riding, and summary, overall impressions. And we end up with our recommendations: who is this board for, and should you buy it? If you want to skip directly to the verdict and conclusion, you can go to this time code. Like we saw earlier in the first look video, design and aesthetics are great in my opinion. The wingboard comes in two models, the blue carbon model and this light tech model. The carbon board is about 1 kilo lighter. The board for 2022 comes with a larger fin box. This means we now have more room to move the foil mast forward or backwards, which is great. But you need to know where you should put the foil approximately from the start and then go and test the performance and balance. We suggest you could start out putting the foil mast about in the middle of the fin box and start from there. That'd be better. I also position the foil a bit further backward. I had it before. The position on 20, the screws on 23. I put them 2 centimeters back on 21 to get less lift. The axis foil I have here is rigid and a robust foil. With the aluminium mast of 90 cm, it's quite heavy, to be honest. This affects the balance when carrying this small board with the foil mounted. But rescued by the big and very comfortable handle, it works well even with 3mm gloves. I wouldn't recommend carrying it in the handle over longer distances. Put the board over your shoulder and problem solved. The board is 90 liters, I'm 75 kilos. By adding the foil, wetsuit, boots, gloves, vest, helmet, I should at least add 5 more kilos. And when the wetsuit is wet, additional weight. I found when being out on the board that it sinks at the back, in the front or to the sides if I don't really get the balance right. As seen in the video here, the back part of the board is under the water. This could however be due to me being new to the board and I haven't really got the balance perfect. But the cutouts under the board at the back takes away some volume. This is supposed to be compensated with a floaty bigger tail. Further riding will tell if the balance on the board will be improved when I get more used to it. The balance when you have good wind is completely different, of course. To get speed by pumping the wing works well on this board. I have some thoughts that the widening of the board from 25 inches on the 5.8 to 27.5 inches on the 5.2 would slow it down quite a lot. I have not experienced this to be a problem or a concern. Instead, the board do come up out of the water very well. I would say to get on foil with this board is easy. So what I'm experiencing now in the beginning with the waves, the 5 is a bit big, could have been a 4 today. The wing And the foil and this board is different from the 5/8, of course, and keep hitting the surface with the board, so we're just gonna stay a little bit higher up on the foil, and I'll be fine. The shorter length of going down 6 inches have not really had any real negative impact on getting up on foil. This was a pleasant experience and a happy surprise. The design team at Starboard have done a great job with this model. If you step up to the carbon model and lose another kilo, I would guess the effects on starting would be even less, as the board pops out of the water really well. And the lighter board would be an advantage. So all you guys that have ordered this board in carbon, great choice. Balancing the board in low winds is another matter. The importance of placing your feet and weight correctly is even greater now. The shorter board easily sinks in all directions, and if you previously had a larger board, the nose sinks easily, and this will be a new experience. But as you ride it, this is something you will get used to, and you compensate the delicate game of balance after some sessions. I can say it took me about 5-6 sessions to feel that I had decent control of the board. Stay with me, and we will find my thoughts and conclusion at the end of this review of the 2022 Starboard Wing board. Back on the shore after about an hour in the sea. The 5 was way too big, so I changed now to go in with a 4. That'd be better. I also positioned the foil backwards to get less lift. The lift in this Axis 1150 foil is just incredible. It's just fantastic. But it was too much, so now I shifted it and I'm going in again and have fun a little bit more and evaluate the stuff. The board 5.2 worked really well, no problem with this kind of 20 knots wind or something, but it was great. A new year is a new board, and in this fast spinning world of product development and also the fast development of sports wing foil. New features for 2022 are new sizes all through the range, a new deck pad with more grip, new bottom shapes to improve performance. So how does these new features hold up? The wingboard comes in all new sizes and also in more sizes than last year. We have a 4.9 at 25 at 70 liters. We have a 5.2 by 27.5 at 90 liters. We have a 5.2 by 30 at 100 liters. We have a 6.3 by 28.5 at 115 liters. We have a 7 by 31 at 145 liters and a 7.4 by 32.5 at 160 liters. I've only had the opportunity to test the 5.2 by 27.5, and it's a nice evolution over the 2021 model I rode before. If the opportunity to test out other sizes arrives, I'll make a video about my experience with different size boards. Last year's model had a soft touch, but at the same time was quite sensitive. Especially the sides of the deck came undone. So for 2022, Starboard put the classic Starboard Diamond Groove deck pad also on the wingboard. And this is a really great improvement. The pad is tougher and has a lot better grip, and this, as we know from Starboard paddleboard range, it works every day, all the time, no problem. Top notch. Does this affect the micro adjusting possibilities on the board? With boots, a little bit, and the adjustment will take some rides to get used to. Of course, when you ride with boots, everything is a bit more complicated when moving around. If you're barefoot, no problem, it will be great. On your knees, I suspect it will be a bit harder on the knees of all new foil riders. But this is easily compensated by putting on some form of knee protection. I say it's a wise choice to anyone starting out with no background in board sport. Get knee protection from start, save your knees, you won't regret it. The new bottom shape, the cutouts are bigger, a larger flat area in the middle of the board lengthwise, a shorter board with more volume around the standing area, bigger carry handle, larger fin box, all is the evolution over last year's model, and they all make this a better board. As this board is different in many ways and it needs some getting used to, I'd say that the balance is more tricky, but up-riding the shorter board is at an advantage. As the saying goes, what you lose down on the water, you gain riding the foil. Is the advantage greater than the disadvantage of getting a smaller board? This board, yes, in my opinion. But of course there is a limit to how small a board you can get until it becomes hard work. We all know and seen videos about people with the sinker boards, and that's a different story. The 2022 Starboard Wing board works. The improvements over last year's models are great. They permit the board to be shorter, packing still a great volume to float well and still have easy and great characteristics. Now, who is this board for? As the range now have more sizes to choose from, the possibility to find a board that is right for you increases. For a beginner, I would say add 20 to 30 liters above your weight in shorts. If you ride a lot with wetsuits, maybe you should add another 5 liters. Bigger material equals faster learning as they provide greater stability. For riders with previous board or foil experience, less margin in liters is recommended. Could be anything from 0 to 20 liters extra above weight. So a new rider would opt for a board with bigger volume, and a more intermediate or a good rider can go down in liters. However, we also have to take into what discipline you will be riding in. If you want to freestyle, you need a small board. If you want to go to ride downwinders, a larger boat that floats you well is a good choice. I will come back to these differences and material that's good for different disciplines in a future video. Now, should you buy this board? Yes, you should have this board on your shortlist. It's a great board, and what goes without saying is that Starboard has a lot of experience making boards, and this is reflected in this wing board as well. A well-built board with great feature and good volume. As there are many sizes to choose from, you can't go wrong. I like it a lot, and it has great promise to make your rides interesting and fun all the time. This is now my new board that I will be riding. That's all from me today, folks. Hope you had as much fun as I had and found this video helpful, and that I have given you the answers you were looking for about this new wingboard. If you have any thoughts or questions, put them down in the comments and I will answer every one of them. Will this be your next board? You should definitely consider it. Okay, this is fekermark from Life Through the Lens, signing off. Stay safe. Watch that foil so it doesn't come out of the water when you turn in front of a wave. If you do, fall. Yeah.